the Misguided Astrology Podcast, the podcast dedicated to misguiding you. I'm your host, Katie, and this is your horoscope for this week, March 4th through March 10th, 2024. Welcome back to the podcast where I don't know you, but it might seem like I do, because I am sharing musings that are based upon the sun and the moon and the planets and the shit. Every week I do a little sky spying and then I report back so that you can know what exactly the fuck is going on around here. The astrology is sound, but my guidance may not be. And that is totally up to you, okay? Quick housekeeping. Special thanks to Samantha.
Thank you.
Thanks for rating the pod. Thank you. And oh, so casual reminder for other listeners who haven't reviewed yet, you should. And if you do, I will send you a 24-page in-depth birth chart report. So please review Misguided Astrology wherever you stream your pods, or tag us in a shout out on social media. Spread the word in one way or another. I don't care. I appreciate it all. And then reach out and let me know about it so that I know where to send your report. Just email your birth dates, birth date, time, and location to misguidedastrology@gmail.com.
And
Listen to last week's scope if you missed it. It had some very pivotal astrology happening, very unique alignments, very weird week, very important week. So listen if you haven't, but this week also, some important shit, so let's get into that. Let me hurry up and shut up so that I can keep talking, because this is your weekly horoscope. Monday. Hello?
what?
Sudden events may have us feeling a little stunned today as Mercury sextiles Uranus.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
It is but a sextile, so it shouldn't be anything that is too crazy, but there could be communications you weren't anticipating, or there could be unexpected happenings, particularly while traveling, and other generally unusual occurrences.
That was weird.
But this could also be a good day to think, do, or speak things that are outside the box.
Original thought.
You may be able to come up with something kind of special and unique if the need be. This is good astro weather for innovation.
All the innovation.
Wednesday. Nothing too wild today. There are some bloops, moon bloops, to keep in mind. There is a midday void moon. Our favorite. You may recall from last week, which had a lot of void moon bullshit going on, that this is a window of time that can feel listless, a period that is difficult to be productive within.
He ain't going nowhere.
It is a good time to walk the path of least resistance, and then once the moon's void ends, the moon runs smack into Pluto, which is a little gnar, where we might be our own worst enemies with the negative self-talk. Our internal worlds may feel a bit dicey and hostile and unenjoyable, but it is a bloop. It does pass.
Hold on for one more day.
Friday. All attempts at focus are futile as Mercury conjuncts Neptune.
Are you even listening to me?
Unless you can achieve a flow state of focus, that is a possibility today. That could work, but this generally, broadly, is a fantastical and imaginative transit. Ooh. It's good for getting lost in another world. It could be a world of your own choosing, like daydreams, good books, bingeable television, creative projects. But you could also end up lost in a world of someone else's choosing, as we will be susceptible to the influence of others with this astro weather.
How did I get here?
So it's a good day to be around those you trust. Reality is easily manipulated right now. You may encounter information that feels off the mark or dishonest, and that may or may not be intentional. Things are very confusing with this astrological alignment. Intuition may be all we have, as it may feel as though logic has left us,
Abandoned. Alone on the side of the road.
how sad it is when our rational minds desert us, but it's fun. This could be fun if it's channeled appropriately. If you're able to allow today to be unserious, that may be the best and most enjoyable approach. Creative activities, meditation, singing, dancing, the vibes are vibing for such things. Just watch out for those dissociative substances. It will be easy to overdo it. Saturday! More Uranus action today, which means more shocking or unexpected events.
What?
But this looks a lot grittier than Monday's Uranus action, and it looks more impactful. It's louder astrology. There is a Mars-Uranus square, a formidable sort of vibe. Unpleasant changes may be on the menu today.
Oh, y'all wanted a twist, eh? Okay.
But there is also a Sun sextile to Uranus, so these changes are good for the overall plot.
Okay, work.
So, for example, and this is an example, say some bullshit goes down at work and you suddenly quit or are suddenly fired.
I quit being a furry.
This may be difficult for a multitude of reasons, right? Like saying goodbye to your workplace community and friends, or maybe you didn't have another job lined up, so, it's hard. It can be hard and difficult, but maybe you needed to leave that job, and that maybe that couldn't have happened any other way than by extreme circumstances. Sometimes external forces catalyze the major changes of our lives before we are able to make the change of our own accord. And though that lack of personal authority sucks,
Not this.
it ultimately works out in the end. Not always, but sometimes. And that is what this combination of transits is giving.
It's giving.
It's acutely miserable, but broadly beneficial, which is really intriguing when considering tomorrow's Sunday Pisces new moon. New moons, new beginnings. This is a period of conception, an occasion when you may be making an initial move towards something, taking first steps towards something. This new moon is cohabitating with Saturn and Neptune, which implies that there is the opportunity to make tangible something that has been abstract, making moves toward making something real that has just been a thought or hope or wish. Like the materials to make a dream a reality have finally become available. Planetary ruler of this new moon is Jupiter sextiling Saturn, which is highlighting the potential for growth as long as there is consistency. It can only work if there is a commitment to sticking with it.
You can do it!
Alrighty. Thank you for listening to the Misguided Astrology Podcast. I'll see you next Sunday. Mwah. But